I'm not into predictions. I'm not into forecasting the future in any way, shape, or form. But I did share something with you over the summer several times whenever that second half of the schedule came up. Good morning to you. Good Wednesday morning. I'm Dejan Kovacevic of DK Pittsburgh Sports. This is Daily Shot of Steelers. It comes your way bright and early every weekday. If you're into hockey and or baseball, I also offer daily shots of Penguins and Pirates in the same place you found this. The very best thing about the 3-0 start, as I've been saying since Sunday, is that the team is getting better. The individuals are getting better. The chemistry is getting better. The camaraderie is getting better. The belief in each other is getting better. And the general vibe around the team, as the players themselves seem to be sensing, is getting better. In his press conference yesterday, Mike Tomlin addressed getting better.
I think you grow from the journey. Our business is to win games, and so we better win while we learn. I think you learn every week. You better be in position to do so. We better work to keep the lights on, and winning does that.
That's it, the journey. You've heard him use that term for years now. He doesn't see a journey as being something that carries over from season to season. He sees a journey beginning with the first summer planning, the first summer reps, right up until there's no more football. And then from there, he sees the following year as starting a new journey. Now, I've criticized him in the past, and I feel fairly so, for using this mindset to not necessarily fix things that would need to be fixed from year to year, such as how he's handled replay, how he's handled clock management, even personnel and strategic stuff. But for the most part, the journey thing has been a plus for him and for the Steelers. His teams haven't always gotten better, but it's the right way to be thinking about things. So whenever the NFL released the full schedule, not just the list of opponents, but the dates and times and when you'd have your bye, when you'd be on short weeks, when you'd face the good teams, when you'd face the bad teams, there was, and I don't think I'm exaggerating this, a universal panic among Steelers Nation. No matter what they do, they're doomed when they get to the second half. All of the best teams are in November and December. There's games being played, Sunday after Thursday after Monday after Thursday. And from there, I got the sense that there were plenty of people that allowed just this, the schedule, to set their expectations for the season ahead. Whereas what I talked about at the time was that I thought this could actually help, meaning this schedule alignment, because there was always going to be so much newness to this roster, to the offensive X's and O's under a new coordinator, to trying to bring all of that together. And as I was saying at the time, I felt like the worst possible thing would be to face all of this up front and have the season blown to bits before you even get going. Kill everybody's confidence, kill that vibe I was just referencing, and from there, the team never has a chance to do the things that Tomlin was just describing in that clip I played. As it is, they went to Atlanta. Wasn't all that pretty, even for the defense in the first half, but they got it done. Went to Denver, faced all kinds of challenges, not least of which was the atmosphere, the altitude, the weather. Got it done, but also got a little bit better. Come home, everything's great, you're back in Pittsburgh, undefeated opponent, still got it done, still got better. Now, there's a common saying that progress isn't linear, and so it's reasonable to expect that there's going to be some setbacks along the way. So I'm not sitting here like a dope predicting or forecasting 17-0. Ain't going to happen. But I can now, I feel, safely say that second half shouldn't be terrifying everybody the way it was back when it was released. Want to know something else about the second half of the schedule? Oh, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Oh, that's right. I'm not above that. The rest of the AFC North happens to be a combined 2-7. And between the Ravens, Browns, and Bengals, it doesn't appear that you could put together a real live NFL defense if you melded all three of their rosters. That's how bad they've been at preventing yards and points. And all 6 of the divisional games, a huge part of that alleged gauntlet, come in the second half. Yet again, no prediction, no forecast, no 6-0 through the division, but absolutely nothing to fear. When we come back, J1Q.
This segment of Daily Shot is brought to you by our good friends at Mike's Beer Bar. They're located on Federal Street, directly across from PNC Park. Mike has more than 500 beers on tap, including from more than 50 local breweries. Stop in and say hello. Tell Mike we sent you. Mike's Beer Bar.
Today's J1Q comes from Jacob, who says, DK, wasn't it you who said don't listen to what they say, but watch what they do? Why does it matter who's listed at QB1? For anyone who missed it, Jacob's referencing my repeated pleas for Mike Tomlin to just state that Justin Fields is the starting quarterback, as opposed to tap dancing around it the way he did yesterday. And to be really clear here, I'm not suggesting that because I have a right to know, or I'm Mr. Big Important Reporter, and we in the media demand answers, or any other nonsense. When I've suggested this, I've suggested it because I think it might be something that helps Fields and the offense, kind of move forward. I also say it because I happen to believe that the only reason Tomlin hasn't done it to date is because he talked himself into a corner on the subject, in insisting that he's not going to do anything to that end until Russell Wilson is all the way healthy, and then he would take things under, and I quote directly, consideration. Well, this isn't a big deal, okay? The Steelers are obviously doing just fine either way. I guess I'm just not wild about Tomlin making a priority of sticking by what he said a few days ago when it really doesn't matter. Certainly not as compared to making sure that your actual QB1 is feeling as good about himself as possible. That's it. I don't think there's anything more to it. I don't think if the Steelers lose in Indianapolis, it's going to be because of this. I don't think if they win in Indianapolis, it would be because he declared Fields to be QB1. And by the way, Jacob, I never said anything about the depth chart. The depth chart doesn't mean anything. I'm referring only to what is actually spoken by the head coach, because that is the only place where a hierarchy can be put forth. So that's it. Nobody's attacking anybody here. Nobody's going at the head coach. They're 3-0. It's all going really well, right? Okay, that's fine. I appreciate the question. I appreciate everybody listening to Daily Shot of Steelers. We're going to do another one of these tomorrow.